Well, TLC is just 5 sleeps away, and our experts are going to weigh in on the final pay-per-view of the decade. Plus, he is one of the most despised men in all of WWE. He joins us here in the studio. It's King Corbin, and it's got to be clobbering time because this guy is back in the building. What's he going to say next?
Tune in to find out. WWE Backstage starts right now.
Taking a break from binge watching all of the Christmas movies to be here as your host.
Die Hard.
It is a Christmas movie.
It is.
Nikki Cross was right. Eric Young was wrong. So sorry, we just solved it here. Also joining me here is 2-time WWE Hall of Famer Booker T.
We're here. Get back in, back in the game. One more time. Champagne wishes, caviar. You know it. Let's do it.
He's the voice of the voiceless. CM Punk is back with us.
Just here to make everybody angry with my honest truth.
Yes. You've already started with a salty attitude.
Yeah.
And she's the Randy to my Ralphie. It's Paige.
Okay, I'm going to look directly at you.
Look at me.
Hi, Renee.
Hello. You ready to do this?
I'm so ready to do this.
I don't want to sit here anymore.
Why? Where you gotta be?
It's a weird energy.
Beard product.
It's a weird energy.
Work on, the thickness of your beard. We got.
Oh, you have beard products?
I got beard.
Oh, I didn't know that.
One more time.
Guys, we'll get sorted. All right, so we're less than a week away from TLC, and SmackDown and Raw gave us a sense of how that pay-per-view is shaping up for this coming Sunday night. Here's how it all went down this past week.
Dawson with a big uppercut. Shatter Machine. The Revival are going to TLC. It is a new day. No more.
Do you want to come and play with me now? Say cheese.
Evans and Sasha Banks ready to go toe-to-toe. Oh, wait a minute. Bayley and Sasha with the last lap. Reigns is cut to the post. King Corbin promised humiliation. Ziggler and Corbin showering Reigns in dog food.
I'll find this, and I'll see you in any match.
Lynch through the table.
We challenge you to challenge us.
Look at this. Randy Orton. Wait a minute, Mysterio. It's that cradle. Shoulders down. Mysterio.
You want to push me? Well, it's time for Seth freaking Rollins to push back with the AOP.
So we were all hoping that it was going to go this way, but it didn't make it any less impactful. Seth Rollins swung around in that chair in AOP's terrifying van. Book, what do you think of Seth finally jumping over here to the dark side? He's committed.
I mean, I like it. And, you see guys sometimes, always, right on that line. You don't know which way they're leaning. But for Seth Rollins to finally just pull the trigger, I like that. As well as AOP. I mean, these guys been, waiting, chomping at the bit.
They're ready.
I hate that word, jumping at the bit. But they're looking to get in the game, and I like it. These guys been a tag team since 2015. And when you come in like that, you just looking for an opportunity. You're just looking for a chance. And to get a rub from someone like Seth Rollins, these guys got a chip in the game right now. I like it.
Punk, what do you think about Seth Rollins having a new faction, so to speak?
I'm going to take the wait-and-see approach. Okay. I don't want to see a regurgitated Shield. I don't want to see...
Well, they lost the SWAT gear, so that's a step in the right direction.
Those poor guys just almost crucified themselves wrestling in suits, because now they're going to have to do that every single time. They're going to be busting the crotch out of this.
They're big guys.
I always like hitting the ring with my suit on.
I mean, do you? But you're throwing kicks and doing Roonies.
The thing is, man, you tie it up, they pay for it. You just get a new.
But we've seen this before with Seth Rollins, where he has another 2 guys that are behind him. So I just don't want to see the same thing over and over again.
I think it might be a little bit different, but I actually love Rollins in this role. I know, big shocker. I like him in this role. But also, you can't trust anyone in the back of a van. Let's be real.
Never
trust any man in the back of a van or woman.
This should be a PSA.
There's a nice, computer chair in the back.
It's like an office chair. Is that for fishing? You back the thing up to the lake?
Like, where do you even acquire this van?
Well, no, it was actually special built, actually.
They built that for Seth?
For that segment.
For the effect.
Yeah.
To have that effect.
The turnaround effect, man. I mean, it's kind of like the reveal of Charlie, like Charlie's Angels. You never know who it is.
Was Bosley?
You knew who it was, though.
But, I mean,
it wasn't a mystery.
Looking at what Seth did, though, I mean, coming out and talking to the WWE Universe and what he had to say to them of, like, what do you guys want from me? I mean, this version of Seth is kind of in the sweet spot.
I think they want Seth to be entertaining. They've always wanted Seth to be entertaining. And this is, to me, just one of those cases of where he's just not good at being a good guy. So now, do what you're good at, be the bad guy. And the ironic thing is now everyone's going to cheer him.
Yeah, you know what? I had that written down in my notes earlier. I was like, now everyone's going to start cheering. Yeah, my notebook. You call me a nerd for having it, but
call him a nerd.
Yeah,
you're a nerd.
I actually read that down. Everyone's going to start liking him because of it. But I feel like he's just being an elevated version of himself, and that works out the best for everyone. I feel like.
Yeah. Well, from the Beast Slayer, we move on to the big dog. Roman Reigns has been battling King Corbin for weeks, and on Friday night, their feud reached a whole new level.
Ooh. Roman Reigns is defenseless. Reigns is helpless. Reigns is cut to the post. You want to be a big dog? Well, you're going to eat like one. Ziggler and Corbin are showering Reigns in dog food. King Corbin promised humiliation.
Hungry, big boy. I feel like I can smell the dog food.
I smell something.
All right, folks, so that video of Roman Reigns being humiliated with the dog food is actually the most viewed clip on the Fox YouTube channel since your surprise.
Did it get more views than me, though?
I believe maybe it did. I don't have all the analytics. No, it didn't. I just got confirmation.
They just came. They said they did.
Wait! Right here, they're asking me about when you feuded with somebody over the letter T. Why are they asking me that?
Hey, man.
Why are they asking me that?
Okay, so is this the hottest thing going in WWE right now?
I don't know if it's the hottest thing going, and I'm going to blow a lot of people's minds right now. I did not hate the dog food as much as everybody probably assumes I'm going to hate it. I have a very different perspective than anybody in the entire world, and the first thing I thought of was one of my favorite films, Carrie.
Okay.
Where they dump pig's blood on this poor girl, and she goes haywire. This is, you know, like dog food, pig's blood. Is any one of those cornier than the other one?
So I wouldn't want to be a part of either now.
Bad guys need to do bad things to the good guys, and this is a fairly ridiculous thing that I feel pro wrestling can get away with because you have that creative leeway. To me, the devil's in the details, and I don't like certain things like, why is the dog food under the ring? And then I go, well, wait, why are there kendo sticks under the ring?
Sure, why is anything under the ring?
Right.
What's under there? I want to
you couldn't bring the dog food out in a sack, you know what I mean? And like, you know, so things like that.
Picturing Corbin opening each.
I want to see the dog.
Give me a minute.
I mean, I agree with you because people want to see it from a realistic perspective. If it wasn't real dog food, they would have known it, and somebody on Twitter, on the internet, would have been talking about it.
I want to see him connect the dots a little.
I look at the Boogeyman's character. I mean, I remember one time the Boogeyman had $5,000 worth of worms.
Yeah.
And I'm serious. I mean,
5 G's of worms?
I'm serious. They're all over the place, and they were real worms. He had to eat them, and that's what made the character the Boogeyman, the Boogeyman.
He got sick. He made himself sick.
My wife had to eat some of those worms once.
To go back to what we were talking about, though, did you notice the guy underneath the ring, though? Like, is this going somewhere?
I think everybody saw that.
It wasn't talked about on commentary,
right? No, but I think that's a good point. I mean, when I was doing commentary, I don't think you want to call attention to that. Whether it was something we meant to see or not, I like that people are talking about it.
Happen from it.
We're all wondering what's going to happen without anything given away.
I think we all suspected that it had something to do with King Corbin. I think that's the first thing that came in our mind. So whoever it was, the plan worked because they got Roman in a position where they could tie him up and dump dog food all over. It was a good plan.
Well, here's the good news. King Corbin is coming up next. Maybe we'll find out exactly what brand of dog food was used. Stick around. Maybe it was Alpo. I don't know.
Pedigree.
Alpo?
It's the good stuff.
1, 2, 3, 4. We're just kicking this thing off, so don't go anywhere. The 90s wasn't all just Beanie Babies and Tamagotchis. It was also a roller coaster of a decade in the WWE. Find out which of our experts knows that era like the back of their hand. Plus, 2 years ago, Finn Balor and AJ Styles produced a TLC match for the ages. On short notice, no less, we relive that night through the eyes of the demon himself. And he might be the most despised man in WWE. King Corbin is in studio. He'll tell us just how good it is being king. WWE Backstage is just getting started.
Look at King Corbin. All hail King Corbin. Corbin caught it. Corbin has taken over. And your days. King Corbin continues to rule.
I'm not only the king you wanted, but the king you needed.
Hey guys, welcome back to WWE Backstage. Of course, we're used to having one king here in the house with King Booker.
King of the world.
But now we're about to double up on our royalty. He's a 2019 King of the Ring, King Corbin.
You know, give the man the proper intro.
That's that punch.
All hail King Corbin.
There it is.
All hail.
There we go.
There it is right there. Bow down.
All hail.
Bow down, baby.
He was my favorite person to talk trash about on
yeah.
that's for sure.
All hail King Corbin.
Who's opening? Come on now.
I know.
Come on now.
I'm welcoming him onto the show.
Come on now.
Make it
There we
quick.
go. There we go.
I didn't get that.
All hail.
I didn't get that when I came on the
Yes,
show.
you did.
I didn't get that. Look,
No, I can't look at you.
Bow down.
you got a
Bow down to the king.
Old news.
you got a real attitude problem.
You're welcome.
Hey,
You're
some
welcome.
people just
Hey, come on.
recognize loyalty when they see
I'm
it.
welcoming him
Unbelievable.
on.
A woman
It's
advocacy.
okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's
thank you.
terrible.
Anyway,
Everybody should do it for me. I'm the king.
Terrible.
Oh, gosh.
on to the interview here. King Corbin, how much
Yes.
fun is it being on the top as a bad guy?
I love it, especially because you referred to me exactly where I am. I'm on the top. I'm the top
guy.
on SmackDown in
I see you put your
WWE.
ego along. That's
Yeah, it's always with me. I strap that ego on my back. So I got a good crown, fits my head. It's big. But it's great. I love irritating people to the max.
You're good at it.
You know what? Some people, it just comes natural. I guess I just have that natural ability. People have been telling me that since I was little. But it's awesome. I mean, I get to go out there and just see how riled up I can get fans and what emotions I can trigger. And then they can, tell me all the things they hate on Twitter afterwards.
I'm going to start doing that after the show.
Oh, yeah?
What do you got, Book?
No, go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
please. You were a king.
No, thank you very much.
After you, sir.
As King Booker, not since perhaps Vicky Guerrero we had someone get that reaction.
Yes.
That's funny, real quick.
No,
You say that.
no,
though.
seriously.
I was in the ring last week, and Dolph Ziggler was with us, or 2 weeks ago, and he said, I haven't heard boos like that since Vicky was in the main part of it.
How do you tap into that, though? I mean, how do you stay focused?
Like I said, I just love it. I revel in it. Like when people are booing and spewing their hatred on me, I love it. It makes me feel good. It makes me like I'm doing my job to the fullest. And I literally love every second of it. People are upset.
People say what's missing in the sport, and I think that's what it is. Seriously.
People who lean into that the way he does.
Yeah. Believing in it. Yeah.
Well, people have trouble with dealing with the backlash of being a bad guy, a heel. Like they can't handle the insults on Twitter. They can't handle someone going, they're not good, or they're boring, or whatever it is. They can't handle that. Or they want to be, so a lot of guys now, they want to be cool. They want to be a cool bad guy.
They want to do it with like a wink at the end.
It's no real heel.
They want everybody to go, he's really good, but we don't like him. But if he's really good.
Silly question, but have you ever been a good guy?
No.
I have. So I always found it was a lot easier to be a bad guy, because it's a lot easier to walk through a curtain when nobody knows you to be hated. It's hard to get the fans to love you, and the ironic thing is, if you're a good enough bad guy, there eventually will love you. So do you feel any of that, or is it still all just pure hatred?
It's pure hatred right now. I think when we were going through the King of the Ring tournament, I got a little bit of people like, oh wait, he's actually good. So I have to find ways to go, no, he's actually a jerk. Like I don't like that guy at all. But yeah, I think it is hard to be a good guy. I mean, it really is, because you have to make people actually care about you. But I mean, that's what my job is to go out there and just, beat you up in front of these little kids that make them love you. So I'm trying to help you. And if I'm doing my job, it's going to help people love to see you, or love to see you retaliate on me.
And obviously, you have fans that absolutely hate you, like we're talking about right now. Is there like a specific time that you can remember where you knew like a fan just hated you? Like, is there a story behind one of the fans?
I mean, but you see it in their faces every time. Like you can see the people who are truly connected and truly hate you. But there's been moments like when you see people in the crowd, like after WrestleMania, beat Kurt Angle in his farewell match. And I look into the crowd at his family, and his little kid just gives me the finger. Like he's, it's not an exaggeration, it's true. His little kid literally just flipped me the bird. And it's because he's truly into it. Like he's obsessed. But, you know, I make little kids cry all the time in, you know, the front couple rows, because especially on like live events, they're in there with the interaction. And when you really get into them, sometimes they panic. Even grown adults, it's really funny when they hit that panic button. When you say something and you turn and look at them and they're like, oh, wait.
This might go down.
Wait, he heard me. He heard me. Like they get as far back and slouch down as possible. Yeah. So it's always really funny. But those are the people, you know, they're like, they're into the show and they love it. And you can really, I mean, it's not hard to trigger people these days. But you know,
everyone's offended.
Wrestling fans on Twitter are the easiest.
So
we call it
speaking of
the
that,
internet.
The internet. Speaking of people on the internet, do you find it easier or more difficult to maintain the bad guy persona on social media? Like we were saying before, it's like not everyone's able to do it without the wink, wink, you know?
Yeah, well, I think it just goes back to, you know, for me, what I'm doing on television is not that far from who I am in real life. I'm not a guy that's out there, but in reality, I'm not a guy who's out there I'm not trying to be friends with everybody. I don't like everybody. There's a lot of people, you know, from, but in college, like if you talk to somebody, they go, oh yeah, that dude was a jerk. Or same in like, when I was playing pro football, getting in fights, like I'm not anywhere to make friends. Like I'm gonna do me, and you can take it or leave it. It is, and it's a job that puts food on my table. So, but social media in that aspect, like, it's not hard because it's almost like cheat codes. Because these people are coming on there and they're going, oh, dude, he looks ridiculous in that suit coat. He looks like a TGI waiter, like. And then I'm going, okay, so they don't like that, so now I'm going to wear it all the time. Like, it makes it very simple. It's a cheat code to what irritates people.
You have thicker skin than some people we've had on this show so far, which you have, you absolutely, you have to. I was always in that position when I did the Straight Edge Society thing, and it was like this borderline religious cult. People got real angry, especially when we were like south of the Bible Belt. Like people were angry. Like grandmothers were taking swings at me and stuff like that. And you know, I took myself real seriously, and I was real proud of that. So
there's a sense of pride to it.
Yes, no, absolutely. But you're a bad guy and you do bad things to people. Yeah. So I watched you covered Roman in dog food. So my instant analysis was that's real dog food, and I know it is, and I can see Vince being like, we got to use real dog food. It's got to be real dog food, and it doesn't. But knowing him, so was it real dog food?
It was 1,000% real dog food. But and it's not even that it was like I did get some in my mouth and like.
Good, serves you right.
I did not deserve that. He deserved every bit of that, and he needed it. How did he not? How did he not? I mean, the guy's been on top forever, you know, and he gets spoon-fed everything. So I fed him some dog food.
That's the idea.
It's what we do. He's the big dog. I thought he was hungry.
Hey, guys, the boogeyman had ate real worms.
Yeah.
So come on here. You know, we talk about getting the rub. You know, when I first got into WWE, I got a chance to wrestle The Undertaker. I was like a fan when he was coming to the ring. I had to snap out of it. You got a chance to, rub elbows with The Rock. What is that like? Rock put a big tweet out earlier this week about him and I said, man, that's awesome when The Rock says something about JSU. So what was that like for you?
I mean, it was truly a special moment, I think, because I am getting to share the ring with an icon. Like, he truly, there's something, if you're ever around him, like, there's something about him that makes you go, this dude's a star. Even if you had no clue who he is, if he were to walk in the room, you go, whoa.
Who's that guy?
That dude is special. So it was a cool moment to be in the ring with him and, eating the rock bottom and the people's elbow. Another cool moment. And then just he's one of the best ever on the mic. There's a few people that you put in that category that are like, these are the best dudes ever on the mic. And, but you can do it because you've done amazing. I mean, you have people think of you, they go, oh, the pipe bomb. Like, there's very few people that can do that. And I felt like I hung with him, and then now I owe him a beating. I feel like that's where we're at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he gave me one. I'm going to return the favor.
The rub.
Yeah, I'll give it back to him someday.
Well, Corbin, thank you so much for joining us. Good to get a little insight to what goes on in the mind of the king. We appreciate it. You're going to stick around with us, yeah?
Yeah, I'll stay and hang out. We'll think about some more dastardly things we can do to Roman.
Perfect.
Throw dog food.
Oh, I got ideas.
So it was 2 years ago at TLC when Finn Balor and AJ Styles battled it out after a whirlwind 24 hours. What's it like being a part of a masterpiece like that? Finn Balor walks us through it when we come back. Network. Things kick off at 7 p.m. Eastern as Tables, Ladders, and Chairs pay-per-view returns to Minneapolis. You do not want to miss it. So it was 2 years ago at TLC, also in Minneapolis, where Finn Balor and AJ Styles wrestled a classic. Now, sometimes the best matches are born out of necessity. When Finn's opponent, Bray Wyatt, was ruled out, in steps AJ Styles, who flew across the world on short notice to make it all happen. The result? A night to remember.
We have some breaking news concerning tonight's TLC event. Bray Wyatt, due to medical reasons, will not compete. However, Finn Balor will still have an opponent.
AJ Styles was in South America on the SmackDown Live tour. He flew all night to get here for this match.
Myself and AJ have had very similar career paths, but for whatever reason, we've always kind of missed each other.
In what is a dream match. That's what many WWE fans are calling it.
Obviously, the stars aligned. We got to have the match that we'd been looking forward to, and a lot of the fans have been looking forward to for a long time.
This matchup right here needs no build-up at all.
They're chanting, "This is awesome," and the match hasn't even begun yet.
Obviously, very little preparation went into the match, but I feel like we have similar styles. We gel together well.
AJ Styles!
AJ Styles letting it all hang out.
And here he is, launching himself over the top rope, and the Demon flies. I don't think the Demon's allowing any time. And that drop kick driving AJ into the barricade. Oh no, look out! God, driven onto the German announce table.
Yeah, I remember we went outside the ring at one point. We got to like an 8 or a 9 count.
And both men back into the ring.
And there was like an exchange of maneuvers that happened in the ring.
And there it is! Going up to the top. AJ back to his feet. On the top rope.
And I remember at that moment, you know, you could really feel like the buzz and the energy in the arena.
This is exactly what the WWE Universe says it is. This is awesome.
It was a pretty sweet moment. Too sweet.
And the Demon sets the finale. Oh, the coup de grace! The Demon with the cover and the victory for the Demon!
Myself and AJ shared the too sweet at the end of the match. That wasn't something we'd planned. As AJ was shaking my hand, he said, "You want to do it, brother?" And I was like, "Oof. You sure?" And he goes, "Yep." I said, "All right, then let's do it."
What a moment.
I think we'll see this one again somewhere down the road, guys.
You know, myself and AJ delivered that day. There was no storyline. There was no revenge to be sought. It was just two guys in the peak of their career ready to go out there and give it everything they had. And that's what you get.
You were here for that one. You were there calling that match. Could you feel that it was that special moment, the entire arena, just that energy?
I tell you, you saw the fans at the end of that match right there. They were just giving the standing O because it was well deserving of a standing ovation. We talk about the overnight flight and AJ trying to get there and no preparation. I'm sure that whole flight he was thinking, man, I'm going to go out here and steal the show. I'm going to go out here and do something special. I'm going to go out here and have a moment. And I always talk to my students about having that moment. When you get a moment, you get it that one time, you don't get a chance to get it back. And these guys went out there and displayed the talent that the fans want to see for so long, but it showed the respect of the game from both of these guys. It showed the ring generalship of AJ Styles, and those guys went out there and created magic.
You talk about those special moments. I mean, I know you guys during your careers have had moments like that. I mean, Paige, you have a huge one.
Yeah, like last-minute moments, yeah. Well, the day before WrestleMania, obviously, Dwayne Johnson... The Rock.
Oh, The Rock?
That's the... Yeah,
I know that guy.
Yeah, you know him? He told me that I was going to be debuting the next day against your lovely wife. Yeah, AJ Lee. I love her. She's one of my favorite people, and she really helped me in this. So literally on the day, though, no one told me, and I knew inside, but no one still told me because they wanted to keep it a secret backstage. And Finley came up to me as doors were opening, being like, okay, so you're going to go against AJ, and you're going to have a promo, and you're going to win the Divas Championship. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is real. And then AJ was so like relaxed about it. She was wonderful. She was like, it's okay. This is going to be fine. We're going to do this. But then she was like, but we're not going to plan anything else. You'd say what you need to say in the promo, and then we'll go out there. And I'm like, this is my first down the road, sis. Help me out. But she kept me calm. She did help you out.
She does stuff like that to me all the time.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, I remember a particular house show where I was wrestling Chavo Guerrero for the ECW title. And because of weather and really bad travel, nobody else was at the building. It was Ricky Steamboat, me, Chavo, Undertaker, and MVP.
Wow.
When the showtime, when the bells rang.
Yeah.
So Ricky was like, can you and Chavo go out there and go 60? And then if somebody else...
Iron Man, baby!
Yeah.
You know, like, and then we have the main event, Undertaker against MVP. And then if anybody else shows up. So what we did is we had a 2 out of 3 falls match. And 55 minutes into it, Steamboat came walking down the ramp, and me and Chavo were like, okay, we can go home now. Like, and I think that is what makes what we do cool, you know, like special moments like that. And, you know, you liken it back to what AJ Styles and Finn Balor did. I just wish at the end there when they were doing the hands, I wish they would have kissed. I felt
that was
like
on the
I felt
like
it was a moment they should have made out.
You talk about moments. That was a moment right there.
I felt
it was like some repression.
Big old makeout session, like a Hallmark movie that you love.
Come on.
That right?
All right, well, if we can get even just one match in that level of Finn and AJ Styles this Sunday at TLC, we are going to be in for a treat. But before Sunday, don't miss Thursday night football. Sam Darnold and the Jets travel to take on Lamar Jackson and the AFC leading Ravens. Coverage starts at 7:30 Eastern. And hey, we might have a little insight into why Baltimore is currently the cream of the crop.
Macho Madness. Yeah. Oh, yeah, brother. This is like taking candy from a baby, yeah. Big baby right here, number 98. He's a big fan. So if the right one don't get you, the left one will. Bam, bam. Oh, yeah. Macho Man Randy Savage is his name, and Big Baby loved him. Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess we'll have to see if Brandon Williams and the Ravens can tap into a little Macho Man magic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so here's a couple of guys that know their way around the gridiron. This guy won the Heisman Trophy back in 2004 with USC. He's now part of the Big Noon Kickoff Show on Fox. The other guy here won this year's King of the Ring. Now, about a decade ago, Matt Leinart and Baron Corbin, King Corbin, you guys were teammates on the Arizona Cardinals. Crazy.
Yeah.
What do you remember of sharing some time with Corbin?
Well, first of all, so we kind of rekindled back at SmackDown a couple months ago, and
at the debut.
At the debut, so our whole college football contingent goes to the show, and I'm watching, and I see King here with The Rock, and who else was in the ring?
Lynch.
And Becky Lynch, Becky the man, right?
The man,
Becky the man Lynch. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching the whole show, and then afterwards, we're all downstairs leaving. And King comes up to me and he's like, remember? I'm like, holy crap, dude. Of course I remember you. I didn't recognize you in your whole crown and your whole, your whole
The crown can throw you off, but I mean, he looks much different when you guys played together, right?
He did look a lot different.
I was a lot rounder.
I think we have a photo of it. There he is. Sweet baby Corbin. Look at that face.
335 pounds.
What are you weighing now?
About 270.
270. You look good.
Yeah,
good.
I don't have to hold my breath to tie my shoes anymore. That was a real issue.
The old practice too.
Dude.
So anyway, it was, and then we caught up for like 15, 20 minutes. It was awesome. So, and I was just like proud of you, man. It's awesome. Like you found this career, and it's really cool.
What about you for your time at the Cardinals?
For me, when I came in, I'm coming in mid-season, so a team already kind of has a bond and everything. And I was just telling him, I don't know if we should say this on the air, but. I walk in and he's like,
I say go for it.
He's like, hey, man, welcome to the team. He's like, I've got a whole top floor at the W Hotel rented out this weekend, so just come and...
Wait, you said this?
Yeah.
I guess I did.
Hell yeah.
Come and have a good time. He's like, it's great. They got pools and whatever. And so it was a very welcoming atmosphere. But then, he was our quarterback when we would run, opposing teams' plays, and he would keep it like fun and fresh because, if we're playing Green Bay, going into the playoffs, you're running their offense. So, we're trying to challenge our defense, and he made it competitive, but he made it fun, and it was, this was family atmosphere.
Yeah, Kurt Warner was our quarterback, and we had battled for years, and then I was backing up, and actually I got cut that year too, which is
following.
Yeah, which was pretty exciting. You know, got
Good
cut.
stuff.
But,
Everyone loves
but yeah,
that.
we're running. Yeah, change of scenery. We run scout team together, and honestly, like the football locker room, probably much like what you experience now, but the football locker room is so cool, and there's so many different personalities and so many guys, so many walks of life that come together for one common goal, and it's just when you're on the field, man, you're in that huddle, especially quarterback and alignment and stuff. It's a cool bond.
But it's the cool thing. I think you were talking about that family atmosphere, but you know, it's still a competition because I mean, like, training camp, I'm trying to fight people. I know I knocked a couple.
You were like actually fighting people, right?
Yeah, even though they're your teammates, it's a competition. It's grown men. We're out there. You're fighting to put food on your table. So the D lineman's going to shove me in the back. I'm going to punch him in the face. It was a very simple solution to the problem. And the cool thing was, you know, coming from Indianapolis, it was a different philosophy. And I think you got fined there if you got in a fight in practice. And I got to Arizona and I beat up a kid. I won't say his name on air, but I did a good job. So anyways, I decided to punch him in, and it knocked his helmet off, and I punched him again. I was like, man, I'm going to get fined. I just got here, and I get back to the huddle, and Russ Grimm gives me a hug.
Yeah.
He's like, that a boy. Like, it's old school. It's that grit. And like, he was an original Hog, I mean, Hall of Famer, so he had that attitude. So it was a mindset there. But then you walk in the locker room, and it's like nothing happened. Like, it's a good atmosphere for that. And then, you know, it's on the field, it's one thing, and in the locker room, it's family atmosphere.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us and giving us a little dirt here on Corbin out there on the gridiron.
Awesome.
We appreciate it. All right, so Corbin, you're going to stick around with us a little bit longer, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
We got a little bit more coming up. So King Corbin has his hands full this Sunday at TLC against Roman Reigns. Stick around because later on, CM Punk's going to tell you which match he's looking most forward to this Sunday. We've got a little bit of breaking news for you. The Raw Tag Team Champions, the Viking Raiders, are issuing an open challenge at TLC this Sunday. Who's going to answer the call? Can't wait to see how that all goes down. But right now, it's time to pay it off on some of the matches here at TLC. Pay it off time here, friends. So The Fiend has been running roughshod all over WWE the past few months. His latest target, The Miz. Now, things got personal, of course, on SmackDown as Bray Wyatt pulled Miz's family into things. Paige, how are you paying this one off?
Oh, man. I just want to see his dad come into it. His dad's a genius.
Right?
Yeah, I want to see this gift back.
Mr. Mizanin.
No.
IRS.
You don't want to see the
IRS
tax man.
would be great. Yeah.
What? He's got a dad. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. He's got a father.
Anyway.
Oh, good.
Anyway, I'm very excited to see maybe the Bray Wyatt instead of The Fiend. I want to see sweater Bray, and I want to see what kind of sweater he's wearing. No, I'm very excited about it. I want to see a match maybe without the red lights, too.
Okay, maybe that could happen.
It would be very nice in my eyes.
I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. It's a little switch up before it goes back to Brian again.
Well, from one family situation to the end of another, Lana and Rusev finally made their divorce official, and of course, things didn't go so smoothly.
You're so selfish! You're always picking Rusev Day over me! You should have picked me! It's your fault! And it's the WWE Universe that our marriage
Oy vey!
Just
wow!
Yeah, come on. Give it up.
Chef's kiss.
Give it up.
All right, after
Boy,
months
like
of this,
that,
all
man.
culminates Sunday in a tables match. Punk, how do you see this one going? I know you got big
I don't know if I
plans.
have enough time for this, but this is what I would do if I was the booker, and I'm not, obviously, because I'm sane. What you do is they have a match, they have a blow-off, right? I don't think Rusev wants to be involved with Lana anymore on screen, so Lana and Bobby go off, they do their thing, but eventually, you know what? Lana grinds on the nerves, Bobby's sick of her. So what they do is he leaves Lana, too. They have another divorce, okay? They're out. She gets another tag team.
King's Court.
Okay, to go after Rusev and Bobby, who have become best friends.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have the familiar, the ex-wife, where they're just like, oh, man, this broad, we got to, you know.
Yeah.
They become drinking buddies. This new tag team with Lana in tow go after them. And what they do at WrestleMania, they put Lana in a shark cage.
Oh,
okay?
wonderful.
Because by WrestleMania, the new tag team is already so sick of Lana.
Yeah.
Okay? That the loser of the match gets
Lana.
what's in the shark cage. Okay? Now we can continue it past WrestleMania. I don't know if we're still doing shows in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
But Lana in Saudi Arabia, I got ideas for that too. Come at me after the show. I'll tell you all about it.
All right, I like that. I like the sound.
Well, guys, there's a lot to pay off this Sunday at TLC, and we've still got a lot of this show to pay off for you as well. Coming up next, we're going to have some fun. Who's going to win all of Booker T's money? The triple threat match in 90s WWE trivia. Which of our panelists are smartened up? We find out next.
I'm WWE superstar Carmella.
What's up, guys? The phenomenal AJ Styles.
I am the man, Becky Lynch.
You are watching WWE Backstage on FS1.
It is awesome.
You guys know how to make us feel the love around here. So you cannot go anywhere without being reminded of the WWE Universe. Movies, TV, music, and recently it made it onto one of my absolute favorite game shows.
The WWE Slammy Awards.
Slammy Awards for 200.
New sensation of the ring in 1997 was this guy who dabbles in action films and TV and basically world domination. Emma.
Who is Dwayne Johnson?
The Rock, yes.
800.
No winner for 1987's Song of the Year. Sika ate the envelope. But this WWE head honcho was nominated and did perform Stand Back. And his name is Vince McMahon.
That's not your favorite version of Vince. You're doing something wrong. All right, so much like Alex Trebek, I also am Canadian. It just happens to be in our blood to be fantastic game show hosts. Don't be upset about this. Your introduction's coming. All right, so guys, it's time for a little triple threat WWE trivia match that we are calling Smarten Up. So to be the man, you've got to beat the man. Woo! And you're holding a briefcase full of some cash.
That is right there, baby. Just call me Vanna White, and I got some long green ducats right here in the briefcase.
All right, you guys know how this game is played. Here we go, introducing from Chicago, Illinois. It's CM Punk.
Give it up for him, y'all. Give it up for CM Punk.
That's sweet. And from Norwich, England, it's Paige. Dummy King and Dad shoes. Got him. And from Lenexa, Kansas, it's King Corbin.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Everybody know who the best king was, but I did pass the throne, all right?
You passed it. He's current right now. All right, so guys, here's the rules. There's 3 questions, $100, $300, and $600, all provided, of course, by Booker T.
That is.
Each of you are going to write down your answers. We're going to go down the line, and at the end, of course, we've got the final question where you can wager as much as you've earned. So I say go big or go home.
Go big or go home.
Got it?
Always.
Let's go.
Okay, here we go. First question, question number 1. This WWE superstar beat Hulk Hogan for the WWE World title at WrestleMania 6. Which superstar?
Yeah, I know exactly who that is.
You know who it is.
That's an easy one right there.
These guys
You don't
know.
get this right here. You might as well just go and pack your grip because you're going on a trip.
Now you're making Corbin sweat it. All right, Paige, who you got? Ooh, child, give her $100.
Give me your money. I deserve
Not
it.
yet. Stay in your podium.
Join us. All right.
Mr. CM Punk. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
You maggot. All right.
Study.
Corbin?
You don't study.
I'm rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you just write that after I wrote it?
No, I wrote it. Check the cameras. I wrote it down way before.
I hope that somebody's keeping eyes on when these pens are dropped because we are not.
Yeah.
Step
We
up
need
your
an
game,
extra
son.
camera on this bad
Step
boy.
up your game.
All right, you've got a chance.
I was an NWA guy, you know.
See, that's what happens when you've been gone for 5
Yeah, it's
years.
messy. It's messy.
You know what I
Watching
mean?
Starcade, brother.
All right, Punk, you got a chance to redeem yourself. So so which
$500.
future WWE Hall of Famer made his debut as the ringmaster?
Oh, come on. You don't know that, man. You might as well just, call it in. I mean, I know that.
I know, but you got the money. It's going to get tougher.
Okay, all right.
We've only got so many questions. The music is done. Paige, who you got?
Boom.
Stone Cold.
There it is.
Dang, you're raking in the dough. $400
Not
for you.
bad. Not bad at all, Paige.
Punk, Steve Austin. All right, we
Go
got
Steve
$300.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Wait. I
No.
Who's Stone
What's
Cold?
up?
That does look like
Cold.
Stone Cold.
I think
Take that away.
Who's
I think
Stone
that
Cold?
answer came in late.
No.
Also, I think that answer
There's
came
no
in late.
buzzer.
All right, so Paige, you got 400. Punk, you got 3. Corbin, you got 4. So we got the $600 question. Let's make this one
I got
count.
$400.
Who was the first man? Guys, listen. Who was the first man to win the WWE World title by winning at the Royal Rumble?
Come on.
Listen, you don't have the pen.
Come on, guys.
The first.
Who was the first man to win the WWE World title by winning the Rumble?
Don't know.
The music just cut, so you better write something down. Paige, what you got?
Wait, Paige is hot right now. She's real hot. She's smoking. What we got?
Wow.
Wow.
I'm an encyclopedia, baby.
Wow.
I don't know about
Wait
this.
a minute. Somebody must be.
I'm right.
All right, Punk got it. Punk got it.
Come on, Corbin. Come on.
I didn't know that one.
Come on, man. You can't be calling it.
I'm not an encyclopedia here.
If we talked about football,
Paige has $1,000. Punk has 900, and Corbin's got 4.
6.
Sure.
under pressure.
Do you have 6?
No.
Yeah, no. You have 400, my friend.
How much
Okay,
you
so
have?
you guys
Now we
have to
gotta
wager
wager.
on this one. Make sure you
But yours
wager.
are in pounds, so I have more money than you.
This is the final question.
This is about big money, guys. It's about big money right here.
All right.
Don't mess around. There's money in this briefcase. You want this. All right, so which former WWE World Champ once held the title for 2,138 days, then shocked the world in 1994 when he won the title again at age 45?
Oh, my God.
The money question,
Come
guys.
on.
How much we waging on this, right?
All of it. You got to put it all down.
putting all
I mean,
of
if
it?
you got
Waging
it all.
What?
I'm trying to figure out who
Why
won it
didn't
at
you put the
45.
question?
Okay.
Oh,
The question.
You ready?
Paige.
Hold on,
Yeah.
wait. Punk's
Yeah,
not
where's
writing
the
anything
question?
down. I sense cheating happening. All right, Paige, what you got? Harley Race. Good try.
almost.
Oh,
almost.
wait, you didn't even wager anything. What'd you wager?
All
You
of it.
lose all of it. It's all gone.
it's
It's
all-
all gone. You're broke. You're
Yeah.
broke, babe.
How much you wagering, Punk?
I need that.
I don't even care.
No, nothing. You're bankrupt as well. No more dad
Come on.
shoes for you, friend.
Come on.
Corbin, 400.
I get paid to beat people up, not answer questions.
Wow. Do you know the answer?
Bob Backlund.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
Booker keeps all of his money.
The thing is, I didn't even look on the paper. I didn't even look on the paper.
No, he didn't.
I should have known that.
It's Bob Backlund. I mean, come on.
Wow, what a bunch of losers.
Oh,
You get
wow.
to keep all your money.
That is.
Sorry, guys.
Long green ducky.
Yeah.
Nothing for you. Shuckles
She didn't wager any money. Don't you win any
Yeah, I
money?
didn't say any money technically.
Sorry.
She wins
Give
money.
me my
All right,
money.
so the WWE Hall of Fame starting to announce a new class of inductees for the 2020 ceremony in a few months. But which WWE alumni is starting to earn a little buzz for their own merits? Got to tune in to find out. They helped change the world of sports entertainment forever. And now the NWO will get their WWE Hall of Fame enshrinement. Hollywood Hogan, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and X-Pac will all go into the WWE Hall of Fame together. Also getting the call is former 6-time WWE champ and 2-time Royal Rumble winner. It's Batista. You know, he actually once tried out at the WCW Power Plant and was told that he would never make it in the business. So I guess last laugh here for the animal. He's going into the Hall of Fame. Now, there's still names to be announced as part of the 2020 Hall of Fame class, but one name that's getting quite a bit of groundswell, one of our very own, I might add. A lot of people wanting Christian to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. I think we all gotta jump on that bandwagon, right? I mean, come on.
Wait. Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah, it's
It's been long enough.
Time for what?
Yes.
For Christian to join the Hall of Fame.
You know that Major League Baseball is an illegitimate Hall of Fame because Pete Rose is not in it. And the WWE Hall of Fame will continue to be illegitimate if they don't induct every single member of the NWO. I want VK Wall Street front and center getting rings.
Guys, King Corbin was
40
with
of
us. King Corbin was here with us, and we all agree that
120.
Christian, of course, should get us some love there in the WWE Hall of Fame. But, Corbin, you were here with Lionheart, and you guys were talking earlier about your fighting skills when you were training camp.
There we go.
Look at you. Do you remember who that is?
Yes. He was,
Did you get your outfit?
yeah, I mean, he was like a second-round draft pick. I had to put him in his place. But like the great one is the second uppercut knocks the helmet off,
Oh, my
and then you put
goodness.
like they got face masks on, so you got to.
Well, we weren't done there. We got the fight for you, but anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Hall of Fame ring.
You guys can catch him at TLC this weekend. We've got CM Punk, Paige, and of course, Booker T. Stone Cold. We got their Stone Cold gloves.
What is Stone Cold?
All on my mind, all the time, thinking about nothing but you.